Kerala Chief Minister Swapna Suresh, the main accused in gold scam, is alleging death threats from the government. Says she was offered 30 crore rupees to not name Kerala Chief Minister. In some sports news, Usman Khwaja hits a ton as Australia end day one of the fourth test of Ahmedabad on 255 for 4 wickets. Mohammad Shami picks 2, Ashwin Jadeja pick 1 wicket each.
4 runs, 4 more. It hasn't been the case so far.
A chilling accident caught on camera. This is on CCTV in Haldwani. It's absolutely shocking and heartbreaking what we have got on camera that was caught in Haldwani. Take a look at this. A young man riding a high-speed vehicle hit and injured 2 girls who were riding a scooter. But that's not all. One of the girls died on the spot. Another girl lost her life later, fighting for death in the hospital. We're being told that we'll get the confirmation about the second girl, and I can tell you that when this incident was captured on CCTV camera, that just look at how fast this man is driving his vehicle. It looks like a head-on collision. Absolutely heartbreaking, and not at a street, remember, where clearly you can see that narrow enough to not have 2 passing traffic as well. The girls immediately fall off the scooter. One died on the spot, and one, we are being told, is fighting for her life in the hospital. We'll try and get you more details on that, but this is the shocking visual. And again, a reminder of reckless drivers who would rather rush with their vehicle to reach who knows where, but at this point have claimed a life. We'll try and get more details if there have been details of the individual who was riding this vehicle. This was a CCTV, which is slightly blurred, as you can see, so there is no detail yet. But what a terrible, terrible head-on collision that has taken place. Election-bound Karnataka is where maximum heightened developments are taking place. What we are being told is Basavaraj Bommai has given out a statement about, and this is in the backdrop of the bribe gate controversy. The Chief Minister of Karnataka has said that all cases that Congress had given to the Anti-Corruption Bureau will be transferred to the Lokayukta, and true colours of the Congress party will be exposed. Meanwhile, remember, Madal had appeared before the Lokayukta for investigation. This is after one of the BJP MLAs and his son were caught in a bribe gate controversy where crores of cash of rupees was found from MLA's residence, while the son was caught red-handed allegedly by a Lokayukta team over the bribe gate complaints. Now the Chief Minister says that all these cases will be transferred from Anti-Corruption Bureau to Lokayukta, the cases that Congress had given, and they will then see the true colours of Congress party will be exposed. And referring, of course, to the Congress party in opposition presently, but in the government prior to this government. So that's the big news coming in. There's the appears, remember, for Basavaraj Bommai, where the heat is escalating with regard to corruption allegations, commission charges. So here's what Basavaraj Bommai has said. Let's listen into that.
ಸರ್ವಸ್ವತಂತ್ರವಾಗಿ ಲೋಕಾಯುಕ್ತರು ನಾವು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದ ಅಧಿಕಾರ ಸಿಕ್ಕ ಮೇಲೆ ಅವರು ಸ್ವತಂತ್ರ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಅವರು ಅದನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇನ್ನು ಅವರು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದನ್ನು ಕೋರ್ಟಲ್ಲಿ ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ಹೋಗಿದೆ. ಕೋರ್ಟ್ ತೀರ್ಮಾನ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ತಲೆಬಾಗಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಈ ಮಧ್ಯೆ ಲೋಕಾಯುಕ್ತ ತೀವ್ರಗತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಫರ್ದರ್ ಎಂಕ್ವೈರಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅದನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ನಾವು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೂ ಮುಚ್ಚಿದ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆನೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಒಂದು ಮಾತನ್ನು ನಾನು ಹಿಂದೂ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ, ಇವತ್ತು ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ, ಈ ಥರ ಆಪಾದನೆ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಅವರು ಮಾಡಿರೋ ಕರಪ್ಷನ್ ತೊಳೆದು ಹೋಗೋದಲ್ಲ, ಅವರು ಮಾಡಿರುವಂಥ ಕರಪ್ಷನ್ ಪಾಪ ತೊಳೆದು ಹೋಗೋದಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ಮತ್ತೆ ಬಂದೇ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ. 59 ಕೇಸುಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಎಸಿಬಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದು ಲೋಕಾಯುಕ್ತ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಭಾಳಷ್ಟು ಬಣ್ಣು ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ಸಿನ ಬಣ್ಣು ಬಯಲು
ಎನ್ಟಿ ಸೆಕ್ರೆಟರಿ ಬೇಲ್ ತಗೊಂಡು ಒಂಥರ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ.
ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಆಗಿದೆ,
ಪ್ರೊಟೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಸರಿಯಲ್ಲ.
ನಾವು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸೂಚನೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟು
ಸರ್ ಸಂಸದೀಯ ಮಂಡಳಿಯಲ್ಲಿ
Congress colours will be exposed, says Karnataka Chief Minister Basavaraj Bommai, once the corruption cases are shifted to Lokayukta. So that's one of his comments, while his own party MLA and his son are facing a bribe gate controversy. This, remember, does not look good for Basavaraj Bommai with corruption allegations just ahead of state elections and the Lokayukta raid, and therefore in a way attempting to say that we will ensure that Congress crimes are not washed away, and all this will be exposed very soon when Lokayukta starts to probe these cases. Just to give you a background about what's happening in Karnataka, remember it's a high-stake election for both the Bharatiya Janata Party and the Congress Party. The BJP will want to retain government power while the Congress Party must return. This is one of the southern states where the BJP has the possibility to continue to be in power in government, while the Congress Party also knows fairly well it has one of the strongest units with Siddaramaiah and DK Shivkumar. But for the BJP, it's not been easy. There has been a BJP MLC who's jumped ship to the Congress Party and has in fact given scathing attacks against BJP, then strong attacks by the opposition against Basavaraj Bommai, and then comes this Lokayukta raid. But the Congress Party facing its own infighting. Let's bring in Sagai Raj from Bengaluru in this live telecast this morning. Sagai, why exactly has he said that the ACB cases of the Congress will be shifted to Lokayukta and all colours will be exposed?
He says that there are several corruption charges during the time of Siddaramaiah, and Siddaramaiah had formed a separate anti-corruption bureau avoiding Lokayukta, and probably many of the cases were being covered up during that point of time. Remember, ACB was reporting to Chief Secretary, and Chief Secretary reported to Karnataka Chief Minister, and he has time and again he has said that ACB was used to cover up several corruption charges. Now, yesterday while talking to media, he went on to clarify that in the days to come, he will try to hand over all the ACB case to Lokayukta, and that's when you'll know the true color of Congress, how many corruption charges, how many corruption cases have come in the during their regime, and they are trying to point out on BJP.
Very interesting. I request you to please stay on with me, Sagai, because it's not just one controversy or another for the Basavaraj government and for the BJP in Karnataka, because it is a high-stake election. But what else has been happening? There appears to be offers and jumping ship from both the BJP and the Congress Party. For example, in the BJP, one of their MLCs and has been a state leader, Putana jumped ship and joined or is likely to very soon join the Congress Party. But its influential figure in Karnataka politics from the Congress Party, whose suspense is over. Take a look at that. Actor turned Neta Sumalata could be joining the BJP. An independent MP likely to join hands with Saffron Party. So these are two netas who possibly have their share of influential vote bank and could help. For example, Sumalata can help in Mysuru. However, the BJP suffered a setback when MLC Putana jumped the party, joined the Congress and came down heavily on the BJP. He's claiming the incumbent government is the most corrupt government that he has seen in 20 years. While the Karnataka Congress staged anti-Putana protest also within. It's not that the Congress Party is happy of a BJP neta jumping ship to them. They're saying don't give him a ticket. Don't let him contest, induct him if required. And this, remember, primarily because the Congress workers and netas will be expecting they get the ticket for elections. The Congress also has stepped attack against Bommai government using what Putana has said, saying jumping ship because he was suffocated and stifled by the 40% Sarkar and its anti-youth, anti-teacher policies.
He has also said that once his resignation is accepted, he has said that it should be immediately accepted and sent it to the chairman of the Legislative Council. He will like to help Congress Party, the new Congress government, build a new architecture of education, a new architecture for our young and children, where everybody has equal opportunity and independent thought process. So I welcome his courageous and bold move, and I'm sure the next Congress government that will be constituted with blessings of over 6.5 crore Kannadigas will be enriched by his experience.
With the election coming closer in Karnataka, the comments and reactions are getting sharper too. JP Nadda, who's the BJP chief, has targeted now Congress-JDS alliance. They are saying that both Congress and JDS are corrupt and are dynasties or parivarwad. He's also added that voting for JDS basically means you're voting for the Congress party. Do you want that? Congress and JDS are partners in crime. JP Nadda ensuring that the BJP returns to power in the state of Karnataka very crucial for BJP to retain one southern state, while the Congress will also be all guns blazing. But this time he says, if you vote for JDS, you basically are voting for the Congress party. Both are corrupt and are full of dynasty politics. Let's listen in to what JP Nadda has said. This, remember, is very crucial because this is what the BJP top leadership is ensuring, that they're all guns blazing despite being in the government, whether it's Prime Minister Modi or Home Minister or even BJP President, one by one ensuring non-stop charges at the Congress party. I want to quickly bring in Sagai for a perspective on that. Sagai, very crucial, while of course it's an expected attack on the Congress and JDS, but it's interesting when we look at what he has said. Why do you think he has said if you vote for the JDS, you basically are voting for the Congress party?
If you notice that there was a coalition government between Congress and JDS much before BJP could come back to power and much before the Operation Lotus was executed in the state of Karnataka. So he claims that even if you try to vote for Kumaraswamy or JDS, again it will go to Congress because they will come together and they will form the government. So ensure that you don't give a fractured mandate and try to choose one single party which can work for you. And if Gujarat, and this is not something new where BJP is attacking JDS and also citing an example saying that if you all try to give one vote to JDS, it will go to Congress. Not only BJP does that, even Congress has done that in the past, saying that if we give one vote to JDS, it will go for BJP, where JDS might align with BJP in the days to come and form the government. Remember, JDS was an alliance partner even with BJP as well as with Congress. So it is stuck in the middle where both the parties are trying to attack JDS on during the campaigns.
All right, keep tracking all the latest on that, Sagai. Thank you very much for now. After an annual threat assessment report by the United States of America accessed by India today had said that this time, this new India is likely to respond with a military force if required to Pakistan-sponsored terrorism. Now we can tell you that United States has also supported, if required, an India-Pakistan dialogue. US has said, support diplomacy between India and Pakistan, willing to support in any way possible. We support constructive dialogue. We support diplomacy between India and Pakistan to resolve long-standing dispute. We are a partner and we are willing to support the process in any way that they deem appropriate. This is a statement by US State Department spokesperson Ned Price, and very crucial coming in at a time. But the question is, when US says we are ready to help in any way, perhaps it would be better to look at their support specifically to Pakistan at a time, despite it's also sheltering terrorists even now.
Or the way we support constructive dialogue. We support diplomacy between India and Pakistan to resolve, again, another set of long-standing disputes. We are a partner. We are willing to support that process in any way that they deem appropriate. But ultimately, these are decisions that India and Pakistan themselves are going to have to make. These are decisions for the countries themselves. If they agree on a particular role for the United States is prepared to, as a partner to both countries, support that process in any way that we responsibly can. But ultimately, it is not for the United States to determine the modalities or the way in which India and Pakistan engage one another. What we support is constructive dialogue, meaningful diplomacy between India and Pakistan in the first instance to resolve long-standing conflicts.
So remains to be seen what the Indian government responds to what the United States of America has said, ready to help in any way that's required. I'm heading to a very short break. Don't go anywhere. Lots more on the other side. Stay tuned as news continues after a short break.
கனவு இது என்னோட 10 வருஷ கனவு சார். இதுக்காக நான் ரொம்ப வெயிட் பண்ணேன். இதுக்காக என்னென்ன ட்ரைனிங், கமாண்டோ ட்ரைனிங், பிடிஎஸ்லாம் ஸ்டேட் மெடல். நான் எல்லாம் இந்த இடத்துக்கு வரதுக்கு என்ன ட்ரைனிங்லாம் பண்ணணுமோ நான் அதெல்லாம் பண்ணி ரொம்ப கஷ்டப்பட்டு வந்தேன். இந்த இடத்துக்கு சஃபாரி போட்டு நம்மளும் டியூட்டி பார்க்கணும் அப்படிங்கிறது ரொம்ப ஆசை சார். ஒரே ஒரு ரூம், எல்லாமே மென்னங்கள் தான் சார். நான் ஒரே ஒரு ரூம் மட்டும் தான் இருந்தேன். அப்போ டியூட்டிலாம் போகிறப்போ கொஞ்சம் கிட்டக்க தான் இருந்தது. ஆமாம், எல்லாமே வித்தியாசமாக பார்த்தாங்க. ஏன்னா யாருமே இது வரைக்கும் சஃபாரி போட்டு பார்த்ததில்லை. அதனால் ஃபஸ்ட்டு பார்க்குறப்ப வித்தியாசமாக பார்த்தாங்க. யாருமே எப்படி உமன் எப்படி இருக்காங்க, எப்படி வந்தாங்க அப்படின்னு நிறைய பேர் கொஸ்டின்லாம் நிறைய கேட்டாங்க. கொஞ்சம் எக்ஸைட்மெண்ட்டாக தான் இருந்தது.
பார்க்கும்போது கண்டிப்பாக கேட்பாங்க, நீங்கள் என்னவா இருக்கீங்க அப்படின்னு சொல்லி கேட்பாங்க. பார்க்கும்போது நாங்கள் இந்த மாதிரி பார்த்ததே இல்லை அப்படின்லாம் சொல்லுவாங்க. இப்போது ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் காலேஜுக்குலாம் போகும்போது அப்படி தான் சொல்லுவாங்க, இந்த மாதிரி பார்த்ததே இல்லை, நீங்கள் என்னவா இருக்கீங்க அப்படிலாம் கேட்கும்போது எங்களுக்கும் ஆசையாக இருக்குது அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. பார்க்கும்போது நல்லா இருக்குது அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. இந்த மாதிரி ட்ரெஸ்ஸில் இது வரைக்கும் நாங்கள் பார்த்ததே இல்லை அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. அது மாதிரி நம்ம ஆஃபீஸர்ஸ் கூட நிறைய பேர் சொல்லுவாங்க, மினிஸ்டர் மேடமாக இருக்கட்டும், இல்லைனா நம்ம ஐஏஎஸ் ஆஃபீஸர் நிறைய பேர் சொல்லியிருக்காங்க, நீங்கள் இப்போ புதுசாக இருக்குது இந்த மாதிரி அப்படின்னு சொல்லி. ஸ்டார்டிங்கில் பிஃபோர் நாங்கள் வந்து 1 இயர் ஆயிடுச்சு. இதுக்கு முன்னாடி பார்க்கும்போதெல்லாம் கேட்பாங்க, இந்த மாதிரி சிஎம் செக்யூரிட்டி தான் சொன்னோன்னா பார்க்குறதுக்கு நல்லா இருக்குது, எங்களுக்கும் ரொம்ப ப்ரௌடாக இருக்குது அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. ஸோ அப்படி சொல்லும்போது எங்களுக்கும் ரொம்ப ப்ரௌடாக இருக்குது. ரெஸ்பான்சிபிலிட்டி இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் அதிகமாக இருக்கிற மாதிரி இருக்குது.
The state of Tamil Nadu has created history in various sectors, departments, and currently we are at a training center for commandos in Chennai, and behind us we have 8 women commandos led by Dhanush Kannagi, and of these they are in CM court cell protecting the Chief Minister every time he steps out of his house and until he goes back home. These women commandos, for a year they have been employed in this job, and they claim that they do this job putting their life in front of danger every single time to protect the Chief Minister with utmost pride, and they claim that they love this job more than anything, by which creating history in this field and stating that nothing is impossible for them.
It's lights, camera, action on the biggest poll battle of 2023. And the BJP is doing everything they can to retain power in Karnataka. The double engine of Karnataka Congress, DK Shivkumar and Siddaramaiah, are doing everything they can to oust the BJP. But wait. Haven't we forgotten something? The JDS, aka the Kingmaker. Welcome to the State of War Karnataka.
A full-on poster war between the BJP and the Aam Aadmi Party has erupted, and in the morning itself, it's the Bharatiya Janata Party releasing a poster first, slamming the Aam Aadmi Party netas, calling them Jodi number 1. This is against Satyendra Jain and Manish Sisodia, who are currently under custody for money laundering and corruption allegations. The BJP has said, I quote them here first, Hawala and liquor scam produced by Kejriwal, arrest Chief Minister Kejriwal, and that's also pending. This, remember, Congress has also been quick to often jump in with their share of posters. This is with regard to national capitals politics. That's the poster on your screen. Jodi number 1. Of course, inspired by films, our netas are taking the creative cue to target the opposition, MLAs, mantris and each other parties. This, remember, is regard to, as you can see, Satyendra Jain and Manish Sisodia shown in this. Let me bring in Amit Bhardwaj, my colleague who has been tracking all the latest of politics. Now, this is just another layer, Amit, isn't it, that a correspondent also has to cover. It's the poster war. And it's been non-stop ever since, in fact, elections in MCD. So what is this Jodi number 1 now? Are we expecting a comeback from the Aam Aadmi Party also?
Right, Pooja. You know, ever since the MCD elections, Delhi is witnessing a strange kind of poster war between Aam Aadmi Party
and Bharatiya Janata Party. We have seen in the past how BJP and AAP have attacked each other's leaders by releasing such posters, and today this morning, you have another poster coming up where you have Satyendra Jain and Manish Sisodia shown in a poster, Jodi number 1 of sorts, being dubbed as Jodi number 1, referring that these two have been arrested. And this comes in the background that Manish Sisodia was arrested by the Enforcement Directorate last night from Tihar jail in connection to the excise policy case. Now, BJP is trying to, put forward this narrative that if the entire excise policy is being investigated and if Manish Sisodia is accused number 1 in the case, then the connection of this alleged corruption scam, so to say, goes up till the Chief Minister's office, and that is why they are trying out different methods and ways to target Arvind Kejriwal, who's Delhi Chief Minister, as well as Aam Aadmi Party Chief. And Pooja, you are absolutely right. Maybe today, sometime later, Aam Aadmi Party could hit back with another poster,
yes,
targeting the BJP leaders. We have seen that leaders such as Gautam Gambhir, Virendra Sachdeva, Harish Khurana,
yes,
Manoj Tiwari have featured on Aam Aadmi Party's poster where they have been criticizing BJP's
and Amit,
policies.
you keep an eye on that, because Aam Aadmi Party, of course, is not going to be sitting back. But the fact is, it is a setback for now, a bigger one for the Aam Aadmi Party, because BJP is attacking them for sure, but it's the Aam Aadmi Party netas who are currently in jail. So just when possibly Manish Sisodia could have expected a bail hearing, the Enforcement Directorate questioned and arrested him, which means a longer haul of prison for Manish Sisodia, former Delhi Deputy Chief Minister, former Education Minister. He's also an Arvind Kejriwal strongman, remember, now arrested by the enforcement watchdog. Sisodia has already lodged in Tihar, was arrested by CBI, and the allegations are of a Liquorgate policy scam allegations. Delhi Chief Minister Kejriwal labelled it a deliberate act to prevent Sisodia's bail and keep him behind bars. But the heat is not just on Delhi netas. It's increasing and spreading to Telangana Chief Minister KCR's daughter K Kavitha, who's also been summoned in the same case by the ED on 11th March. In a letter drafted from prison, Manish Sisodia hit out at his arrest, claiming BJP is indulging in politics of prison and it was fearful of Kejriwal and Aam Aadmi Party's growing popularity. Sisodia claims that for the BJP, sending politicians to jail is easier than to build schools like he did. So this, remember, you're looking at perhaps more trouble now brewing for Manish Sisodia, because here's why. He's already been arrested by CBI a day before the bail hearing was expected, which means he could have possibly got out. Enforcement Directorate decided to investigate him. The ED has jumped in because it is about financial issues, money laundering, irregularities and profit to private players as allegations coming in. And when the ED questioned him, they arrested him, which they can using Section 19 of the PMLA. But here's why the Aam Aadmi Party is calling it a deliberate act. They're saying that this was because bail hearing was coming in. Now he can be kept longer by the BJP. This is basically becoming, apart from the case that is being investigated by the agencies, the BJP Aam Aadmi Party war of words that's currently on. Interestingly, for the third party Congress, it has continued to criticize the Aam Aadmi Party, in many ways welcome the arrest, but have also attacked the BJP, saying, when will your netas face investigation? Let me now bring in Akshay Dongre for the latest on that. Akshay, you've been tracking what the agency is part of it and how the politics is also brewing on it. What does it really mean for Manish Sisodia and Aam Aadmi Party? Do you see this, despite new mantris coming in, that it will be a difficult void to fill for Sisodia and Satyendra Jain?
Well, absolutely, Pooja. In fact, the thing that has dented the most for the Aam Aadmi Party is the credibility. They are a party that came into politics with the promise of fight against corruption, but with the repeated allegations against their senior netas, including Satyendra Jain and now the Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia, themselves coming under scanner as far as allegation of corruption are concerned, it's going to be a very difficult task for the Aam Aadmi Party leadership, including the Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal, to in fact convince their voters, convince their cadre that their leaders are actually not guilty of any corruption charges. Because earlier it was CBI that arrested Manish Sisodia on 26th of February. Now it is the Enforcement Directorate, and Enforcement Directorate, whenever they place a person under arrest, and whenever they interrogate or frame charges against a person, it becomes extremely difficult for the accused to secure a bail and to secure, and to prove themselves as not guilty in any kind of case, especially these money laundering cases and economic offences. So it is going to be a hard call for the Aam Aadmi Party to come out of this dish right now, because it is Manish Sisodia that we are talking about, one of the prime faces of the Aam Aadmi Party, who is himself.
That's right, and what you're telling is also pertinent, because it's not just about what the investigation will contain, but this will also be about the credibility factor, the anti-corruption crusader that the Aam Aadmi Party netas were, and the Aam Aadmi Party has to continue to maintain it. But the BJP is constantly, with these investigation and arrests, attacking the AAP leaders on that. Thank you very much for now. Akshay Dongre, keep tracking the latest and get us more reactions as well on that. Now, if you missed out on what exactly happened yesterday, Manish Sisodia was questioned by the Enforcement Directorate. This is after the CBI had questioned him and then arrested him. Here's what exactly happened and what does it mean for the Aam Aadmi Party and Delhi government.
No respite for former Delhi Deputy CM Manish Sisodia. After CBI, now the ED has arrested Sisodia in the Delhi liquor policy scam. Kejriwal's right-hand man Sisodia was arrested by the central agency after almost 8 hours of intense grilling. The arrest comes a day before Sisodia's bail hearing. The Liquorgate fire is also raging in Telangana. ED is all set to question Telangana Chief Minister KCR's daughter, K Kavitha, on Saturday. The BRS MLC, who is facing charges, unleashed a series of attacks on the Narendra Modi government.
मेरे अकेले का मुद्दा नहीं है, हमारे खुद के पार्टी में मिनिमम 15-16 लोगों को, MLAs को, MPs को, मिनिस्टर्स को टारगेट करके अलग-अलग केसेस में बुलाने का काम कर रहे हैं. लेकिन हम भी मोदी जी से और भारतीय जनता पार्टी से और पूरे देश की जनता से बता दें कि हम डरने वालों से नहीं हैं.
తప్పకుండా కవిత గారైనా ఎవరైనా కూడా అవినీతి పరులు అయితే వాళ్ళకుండే తప్పు చేయలేనప్పుడు కోర్టును ఆశ్రయించాలి, వాళ్ళు న్యాయం నిరూపించుకోవాలి, వాళ్ళు తప్పు చేయని విషయం నిరూపించుకోవాలి. అవినీతి విషయంలో నరేంద్ర మోడీ ప్రభుత్వం చాలా సీరియస్ ఉన్నది. ఇది భారతీయ జనతా పార్టీకి సంబంధం లేదు. మరి ఇంతవరకు కేసీఆర్ గారు వాళ్ళ బిడ్డ మీద వచ్చిన ఆరోపణలు ఎందుకు ఖండించలే? సమర్థిస్తలేడు, ఖండిస్తలేడు. కేసీఆర్ కొడుకు అన్నిట్లో స్పందిస్తాడు, అన్నిట్లో మురుగుతాడు, అన్నిట్లో వాగుతాడు. మరి అని ఇంతవరకు ఖండించలేదు, స్పందించలే. ఇది వాస్తవ ఫ్యాక్ట్, ఇది నిజమా? ఒక్కటి ఏంటంటే కేసీఆర్ ఫ్యామిలీకి ఒక ఫ్యాషన్గా మారింది. వాళ్ళ కుటుంబానికి ఏ ఇబ్బంది వచ్చినా తెలంగాణ సమాజం అంటారు. వాళ్ళకి వాళ్ళ కుటుంబానికి ఏ కష్టం వచ్చినా తెలంగాణ సమాజం అంటారు. వాళ్ళ కవితకి అదే అంటున్నది, తెలంగాణ సమాజం తల దించదు.
Sisodia's ED arrest has sparked a war of words between the Aam Aadmi Party and BJP. Reacting to Sisodia's arrest, Delhi CM Arvind Kejriwal lashed out at the Narendra Modi government for keeping Sisodia in Tihar jail.
हम यहाँ पे पार्टीबाजी नहीं करते उनकी तरह.
Slamming BJP, Kejriwal further went on to say that no money was found during raids at Sisodia's residence. Hailing the central agency's move, the BJP slammed Aam Aadmi Party and accused Sisodia of orchestrating the liquor scam.
कुछ दिन पहले आप ही कहते थे कि ईडी और सीबीआई ने आपको क्लीन चिट दे दी है. अब जिस प्रकार से गिरफ्तारी हुई है, आपको बहुत सारे सवालों के जवाब देने पड़ेंगे. बहुत गंभीर मामला है. 100 करोड़ की इधर से उधर जो आप लोगों ने मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग की है, उसका जवाब तो आपको देना पड़ेगा. लेकिन अभी थोड़ी देर पहले आपने बोला कि वो कल बाहर आने वाले थे, इसलिए ईडी ने उनको गिरफ्तार किया. आप कानून से ऊपर है क्या? कि आपको मालूम था कि आपको सपना आ रहा था कि कल वो कानून से बाहर आ जाएंगे?
देखिए, ये कहीं ना कहीं अब एक सर्वविदित सत्य हो गया है कि मनीष सिसोदिया के खिलाफ कोई सबूत नहीं है. दरअसल नरेंद्र मोदी जी की सरकार और भारतीय जनता पार्टी उनको परेशान करना चाहती है, आम आदमी पार्टी और अरविंद केजरीवाल जी को बदनाम करना चाहती है, और मनीष सिसोदिया को जेल में रखना उनका मकसद है. मनीष सिसोदिया का उत्पीड़न करना उनका मकसद है.
After his arrest, Sisodia also wrote a letter. In his letter addressed to the people of the country, he targeted BJP. Drawing a comparison between Aam Aadmi Party and BJP, Sisodia said that BJP jails people, meanwhile Aam Aadmi Party educates them. Manish Sisodia, who was arrested by the CBI on Feb 26th, will continue to be lodged in Delhi's Tihar jail. Bureau Report, India Today.
But this Delhi Liquorgate scam allegation fire is spreading from Delhi to Telangana, and the heat is on Chief Minister KCR's daughter K Kavitha, but she's also all guns blazing. She's expected to be attending the Enforcement Directorate questioning on 11th of March, which is tomorrow. But ahead of the questioning, she's likely to hold a hunger strike today. Massive show of strength is also likely to be arranged. 18 political parties, according to our sources, are likely to be jumping in support and seek introduction of women reservation bill in the parliament. KCR's daughter will, meanwhile, for the investigation, will be confronted with her own frontman Arun Ramachandran Pillai after ED had named in the charge sheet that K Kavitha has been holding a 65% stake in Indo Spirits, a liquor firm, and one of the licensees allegedly. On Thursday, facing charges of corruption, Kavitha unleashed series of attacks against Prime Minister Modi and the government at centre and said Modi Sarkar is a Tana Shah, a dictator. Hitting back at BRS Neta, Telangana BJP Bandi Sanjay also jumped in, saying it is your corruption that will not be tolerated. And all newsmakers, as always, on India Today television. Consulting editor Rajdeep Sardesai spoke to K Kavitha to what she has to say. Is she fearing arrest with the ED, and what is her political strategy? Here's more.
Hello and welcome to this India Today special, where we are joined by a very special guest. The newsmaker of the day is K Kavitha, the BRS MLC and daughter of the Telangana Chief Minister K Chandrasekhar Rao, who finds herself, ma'am, in the center of a controversy. There is a feeling that you could be the next person to be arrested in the Delhi liquor excise policy case after Manish Sisodia. All eyes are on K Kavitha. You've been called by the ED. In fact, you were called today. You should be actually addressing questions of the ED, not of Rajdeep Sardesai.
So nevertheless, RD is always better than ED. I'm very happy to be talking to you. And
are you evading ED questions?
Not at all, not at all. I won't, I will not, because first of all, I've done nothing wrong. Second of all, I have dur se no connection with the case and the allegations that they're putting on me. And primary point being, I believe this is nothing but a diversion tactics by the Bharatiya Janata Party to, target opposition leaders and call them to ED. Then the whole media is around them for that day. So nobody talks about price rise, nobody talks about anything else. And per se, in my case, tomorrow I'm doing a dharna on women reservation bill, which is very, very important bill. But today you and I are talking about ED, not the women reservation bill.
No, because, the fact is you were supposed to appear before the ED today. You say you're not going to evade their questioning. You will go on the 11th, which is the next date that they've given you. You're not running away from the ED.
Not at all.
You're saying dur se hamara koi rishta nahi hai. Now the ED says that Arun Pillai, who's been arrested last week, is essentially a frontman for you in Indo Spirits, a company which has been a big beneficiary from the Delhi liquor alleged scam. Your ex-chartered accountant was arrested last month. Akshay Boinapalli, who's a son of a TRS leader, has been arrested. Samir Mahindru, who is a businessman, who is the owner of Indo Spirits, has been arrested. All of this is slowly coming towards you, particularly after Arun Pillai's arrest.
राजीव जी, मैं एक बात पूछती हूँ. आपने बहुत देखा होगा, ED also you've seen earlier work. Did they advertise all of this? What ED right now does is, they want the media trial to happen even before anything happens. And they specifically leak information to media when they have nothing to prove. This entire episode started in August last year when they started raiding many people. They've done more than 500 raids. They found nothing. And they've raided and raided and raided, and they've abused many people, left, right, and center. They've beaten up people. They've forcefully made them say names. They've done a lot of things. One person who was beaten up, whose eardrum broke, had filed a writ petition in Telangana High Court saying ED is doing excess and I should not be called back to ED. Another person arrested in the same case said it is nothing but political harassment. They're only asking me to give away names, only political names. I'm not going to do it. He filed a writ petition in Telangana High Court. Both of them are pending. So the entire nature of this investigations, with all whatever names you said, is basically irrelevant, and they spin a narrative and they want to put me in between the conversation.
No, you don't know any of these names that I've named. You don't know Arun Pillai, you don't know Samir Mahindru, you don't know Akshay Boinapalli, you don't know your ex-chartered accountant. These are not names that you know?
No.
Who all been arrested in this case?
I know Rajdeep ji, I know Maria Shekil, I know 100 other people. Now, after this interview, what Mr. Rajdeep will do outside of this interview, how am I concerned? And if you are telling me that just because you and I spend half an hour together, I should be responsible for whatever you do, that is one aspect. Second aspect, and till date, nobody knows what is a scam. One BJP leader says it is 1 lakh crore scam. Other BJP leader says it's 1,000 crore scam. Other BJP leader says that I paid 100 crores to Manish Sisodia. I did not even meet the gentleman till now. Why
You've never met Manish Sisodia?
I have never met Manish Sisodia in my entire life.
You haven't
not even accidentally in an event we haven't met.
You know, but the ED states in its charge sheet that Arun Pillai, who's been arrested last week, disclosed that there was a deal between K Kavitha and Arvind Kejriwal-led AAP in exchange for 100 crore kickbacks. Kavitha got access to the Delhi liquor business, specifically stakes in Indo Spirit. Arun Pillai was representing Kavitha and Indo Spirit, even became a partner on her behalf. They've even given details of meetings that you've allegedly held in Hotel Oberoi Maidens here in Delhi.
Sir, all I'm telling you is, today in this interview, I'll openly say, I have given 1,000 crores to Mr. Narendra Modi. And I'll tell you 100 names, 100 things, 100 places. Will the ED put a case on Mr. Modi? If you put a person inside ED interrogation room for more than 30 days, you're calling these people repeatedly, harassing these people repeatedly, making them say names and things that does not concern me. How am I responsible? And what kind of torture is this, calling every businessman, whoever is going from Hyderabad to do some business somewhere in Delhi? Why am I in between, in the middle of anything?
Because specifically your name is coming again and again. The ED claimed during interaction with Samir Mahindru, it was made clear to him the ultimate control of 65% stake in his business was with K Kavitha. Pillai also confirmed he had arranged FaceTime video calls with Kavitha and Samir Mahindru being the owner of Indo Spirits, which is allegedly a big beneficiary of the Delhi liquor. Now they're giving specifics, they're giving instances and claiming there were meetings that were held. Can you deny it all?
Absolutely, sir. That's what I'm saying.
Are you saying all these confessions are extracted under duress?
Absolutely. Why I say this, and this I should be in fact saying it in front of ED, not you, because they might now put a new case on me saying you're discussing case details outside. Again, I'll say, sir, just to be on the periphery, not to go into the details, I have nothing to do with the case. Whatever has been extracted out of anybody or anything, if ED has any questions, I'll certainly answer them. If they have any proofs, let them present it to me. Let them do whatever the legal course of action they want to do, but why advertise it in the media? All I'm saying is, now what they have done, they arrest one person, they put that remand report in the media, they do a 24-hour thing. After 1 week they'll arrest one other person. Whenever Mr. Amit Shah comes to Hyderabad, one person will be arrested. When Mr. Modi comes to Hyderabad, one other person will be arrested. There is a cycle, there is a method, there is a targeted way in which the entire BJP system works to malign the opposition candidates. One of the victims is me, but I'm not the target. Target is my father and our leader, Mr. KCR. They want to stop him. They don't want him to go out of the state and campaign in the rest of the country. They want to stop him, and they believe that if they can raid and harass our party people, including me, they can stop him. But that is not going to happen. Leaders in this nation are strong. They will stand up to whatever kind of tactics, intimidating tactics that this Bharatiya Janata Party is doing. We will stall them, and we will certainly raise important questions like women reservation bill, like price rise. We will keep raising them.
You're saying you've never met Manish Sisodia in your life?
No, I don't.
Have you met Vijay Nair, the Aam Aadmi Party's communication in charge, who's also spent the last 5 months in jail? It is allege that the deal was facilitated by Vijay Nair and you on behalf of the so-called South group of distillers who cornered major benefits, and Vijay Nair struck this deal. Have you met Vijay Nair?
All I'm saying is this, sir. I have definitely met a lot of people in my life. But what these people do and what my meeting with you will have to do with what you do outside. I have no knowledge of what you do outside. I don't want to. My interaction will be limited with you for a certain issue, aspect, for this interview probably. But what will I do after that? Why am I responsible for your action? That is my simple question. And if you want to frame somebody just because you meet somebody or just because you don't meet somebody, it's a different question.
Ma'am, you keep saying you're being framed, but when, say, Bucci Babu Gorantla, who's your ex-chartered accountant, was arrested last month, he allegedly formulated this entire excise policy, is the accusation that is being made. When you say, can you deny your relationship with him? Can you deny your relationship with Arun Pillai, a Hyderabad-based businessman who allegedly is the front man for you? Can you deny all this?
I will, sir, again, with all due respect, again, I will not deny. I know. Whom I don't know, I don't know. Point here being, my ex-auditor goes somewhere and does something. What am I supposed to do about it? Simple as that.
They claim they have a digital mail trail that will lead to you,
then
and that digital evidence was, there was attempts to destroy it. You changed your phone 10 times last year, your mobile phone. They claim that all of this is part of a digital trail that they have made between distillers, between you, between the Aam Aadmi Party in Delhi.
They are very welcome, sir. If they have the proof, let them present it in the Honorable Court. Let them take me to whatever highest punishment that law will give me. But I have not destroyed any evidence. All the phones that they claim to, that I have destroyed, because they have made it a public document, and they said Kavitha has destroyed so and so phones, and they gave all the IEMI numbers. So I checked up at my home. I have all the phones in my home. They can please come and collect it anytime they want to. I will happily give them. They can trace all they want. They can do all they want, and please, if there is anything that lawfully is to be done, let them do it.
You have nothing to do with the liquor business.
Not at all.
Because according to the ED, the scam of the Delhi liquor policy, you said, what is the scam? They claim that in 2021-22, this Delhi liquor policy allowed each wholesaler to reap at least 12% and each retailer 185% in profits, and the South group, of which you are supposed to be the kingpin or queenpin in a way, had control over 9 liquor retail stores, thereby allowing them to control 30% of Delhi's liquor market. In return for that, the Aam Aadmi Party got kickbacks ahead of the Goa and Punjab elections last year. That's broadly the so-called scam. We don't know the amounts because there are conflicting amounts being put out, but they claim they have a trail of meetings, of digital evidence, of mails, which clearly have your name.
Okay, if they have my name, they can present the evidence to the court. Why do the media drama? That is all I'm saying. Why do they want to leak a report every day? Why do they want to drag my name and then say, next we'll arrest Kavitha? Arre, arrest kar lo bhaiya, tumhara kuch hai, evidence hai, kuch hai to kar lo.
Do you believe that this entire episode in some way is a huge embarrassment to the TRS, has pushed you on the back foot before the critical Telangana elections this year?
Not at all, not at all. First point being, they've raided multiple politicians in Telangana. They've raided multiple business houses in Telangana. We all understand, people of Telangana understand today that their modus operandi is to raid and rule. Britishers was to divide and rule. Mr. Modi's operandi is to raid and rule. That we understand now very clearly. So when we understand what the problem is, we will find a solution. That is why we are not wasting the time of my party. I don't want to go to the court for an appearance. I will appear when they call me. But if they go for further action, because I have nothing to do with the case, I'll then knock the doors of the court.
So on the 11th of March, when you go to the ED, you will address the question in the same way that you've addressed them, with the same confidence.
Absolutely.
And you're not worried about going the Manish Sisodia way and spending an extended period possibly in prison.
Sir, all I want to tell you is this. Just because you have power, if you want to abuse, just because there is a draconian law, you think you can arrest or lock somebody up, theek hai. Congress government at that point of time used MESA. Now these guys are using ED. Now it is for political parties like us to come together to change that law. It is for the Supreme Court of India to change that law. If they do not do that suo motu, people like me will become a collateral damage.
And your father has told you that he is fully behind you?
My father has asked me, have you done anything wrong? I said no. Then he said, fight. I'm fighting.
You're fighting K Kavitha. This is part of your fight, I guess, that you've taken all my questions, both on the ED and yes, on the women's reservation bill, where you're also waging another fight. But thank you so much for joining me here on India Today. K Kavitha, our newsmaker of the day. Thanks for watching.
Captain Shaliza Dhami. She's a qualified helicopter pilot with over 2,800 hours of flying experience. And now she's the commanding officer of a frontline missile squadron near the Pakistan border. Group Captain Shaliza Dhami created history on 7th of March 2023 by becoming the first female officer in such a combat role in Indian forces.
If you talk about commanding a unit, see, command doesn't require a gender. It's not based on gender, it is the capability. If you're meeting rescuers, you will be given that opportunities. And as you have said in the opening statement, if I have so many firsts with me, so people have given me the opportunity.
And she is not alone. Captain Shiva Chauhan of Fire and Fury Sappers became the first woman officer to be operationally deployed in Siachen in January. After completing arduous training at the highest battlefield of the world, she is now deployed in Kumar Post, ready to safeguard world's highest and deadliest battleground, the Siachen Glacier.
So it is really a great experience and great opportunity for me to grab it, sir, to be the first here in Siachen, sir. And moreover, I feel that from now onwards, more and more women officers will be coming here, serving this terrain, and many might get inspired to join the Indian Army, sir.
From the western front to the eastern flank, Nari Shakti stands guard in Indian defense, flying high in the air. Flying free with a hawk's instinct to guard the motherland. Flying Su-30 fighter jet as weapon system operator is the first Indian woman Flight Lieutenant Tejasvi of the Indian Air Force, along with other women pilots who's ready to respond to any eventuality. These women are smart, savvy and super confident and deployed at the China front. Indian Air Force's women superpower at the Eastern Front are a band of young women.
Being part of any actual operation is what every fighter pilot in the Indian Air Force trains for, because that's where we would get to show our mettle. Our pilots from various bases in the eastern sector are ready to respond in case of any eventuality. We're always ready for any kind of tasks and challenges that may come upon us.
The WSOs or WISOs are specialist officers required to fly in the rear cockpit of multi-role Su-30 fighter aircraft and handle the sensors and weapons to be fired by the aircraft at enemy targets.
More details coming in now from Rajasthan. This is the showdown with regard to the Pulwama widows who continue to protest. We are being told that these protesting widows have now been detained from outside Sachin Pilot's house. After the protest by some of these widows of the men of CRPF who were killed in the line of duty in Pulwama and Kashmir, these widows had been protesting in different locations. We are being told they have been taken to a nearby local police station. But it's absolutely heartbreaking to see that these women, with some of these demands that have not yet been approved by the Rajasthan government, have escalated attack against Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot. This protest, we are being told, was happening outside Sachin Pilot's house. They have now been taken away by the men and women personnel of the Rajasthan police. The bigger question that's of course being raised is, even if their demands does not have to be fulfilled, how can the Chief Minister of the government not even lend them an ear? Remember, these are not just any other protesters. The men in their family, the husband of these women, were from the CRPF and sacrificed their life for the country. Devankur is joining me for the latest on that. Dev, what are you picking up about the protest? They were protesting outside Pilot's house, and are they still detained?
Well, they were protesting outside Rajasthan, former Deputy Chief Minister Sachin Pilot's official residence, and they had been protesting for close to 10 days, Pooja. The current situation is that they were taken away from there informatively around 3 a.m. in the night. They were removed from there. Dr. Kirodi Lal Meena, who is the BJP MP from in Rajya Sabha, was leading the protest with these women. He was at his residence at that point in time, but these women were taken away from there, and the information that we have is that they have been taken somewhere in the vicinity of Mahindra Special Economic Zone in Jaipur, which is about 25 kilometers away from where they were protesting. Their demands are extremely basic, and the government had sent a couple of its ministers at the protest site. But what these women are demanding is that the Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot should hear them out, and it's a very valid demand that these women have. One of the women, Manju Jat, who is the wife of martyr Rohitash Lamba, has demanded that a job be given to her brother-in-law instead of her son.
Yes.
Her son is only 4 years old, and she claims that her son is not capable of doing a job. So that is why, in place of her son, she wants her
So it's also about a concern of livelihood at this point rather than when the son could be given it years later. Devankur, please keep tracking the latest. Remember, it's not just about the protests, it's also become a whole BJP-Congress face-off as well in Rajasthan. We'll continue to track the latest from Jaipur. Vice President of the country and Rajya Sabha Chairperson Jagdeep Dhankhar has reacted to Rahul Gandhi's comments abroad. For his comments regarding microphones being turned off in the parliament, Jagdeep Dhankhar said he would be on the wrong side of the constitution if he stayed silent on this issue. I quote him here: "The world is applauding our historic accomplishments, functional, vibrant democracy. Some among us, including parliamentarians, are in an overdrive, engaged in thoughtless, unfair denigration of our well-nurtured democratic values," he said.
The world is applauding our historic accomplishments and functional, vibrant democracy. Some amongst us, including parliamentarians, in overdrive, are engaged in thoughtless, unfair denigration of our well-nurtured democratic values.
And with that, it's a wrap on the First Up for now. Thank you so much for watching, but stay tuned through the day to India Today Television. Thank you. Take care of yourself.
You are launching these prestige brands, but there are lots of smaller companies which are coming out with interesting products, particularly